Hey guys, I thought I would finally do a review of the lights I purchased not too long ago. They are the Limo Studio lights. There are two versions of it. Now both versions, very inexpensive, both sets. There is the AGG 1501 continuous 600 lumen LED light set you see here. These are very relatively small lights to use, and usually for either video or photography purposes. And there is another one, the AGG 106, which is a 2x600 lumens double head LED lighting kit. So I'll look at both of them a little bit, but if I comment on one, will pretty well fit both. These are LED, but you got to understand that these are not the same LED lights. I've got two sets of LED lights here set side by side, and one of which is a little bit more intense, a little bit more widespread, etc. So I'm going to show that one first. These are the standard ones I use when I'm working on, and I'm using them to take the video of objects on this table, in effect. You can both see that these do pretty much light this whole area. Now these are, I don't know, 40 bucks each or so. Now what separates this from these is they're both LED. These are much smaller, and these are $20 for the two single pairs, and it is $29 for two double pairs, which are basically on a pole or rack. I'll be showing you those shortly. But you do have a little change. Let me take another LED, put it down here. I'm not going to turn that one on. I'm just going to show you now. This pretty much has flooded the whole area. So taking a video now is pretty easy of this particular item or anything else you want to put there. Now I have these Limo singles mounted on tripods. They actually come on these little stands, and it's really not built for a tripod connection, but I have a video showing how I did adapt those for use in a tripod. Basically this was the original function. So they're basically tabletop, and there's no doubt as tabletop these are not very good. Not very good at all. I would not be using these, but I was able to mod them using a Hero 3, Hero, etc. type of mount, and altering it to fit these. So that's what made them mountable on the tripods. This does not exist on this Gorilla Pod standard. Usually that holds the 70D, but I'm just using this for a test. For example, you see a pretty good flooded area. So let me turn these two off. This one is very easy to turn off. It's just a little roll and turn off. This one you have to switch off too. So I'll turn this way, switch it off, and then switch off the other one. Now, if we use the Limo lights, okay. Now I have a much smaller area that is lit right here, and you see to some degree how you see these intense light spots, because even though these are LEDs, they're in a very close crop format, making them a little bit bulb-like. With the LEDs in a panel form like this, you're getting a very, very wide range and display of light coming down, so you don't see this focus. Also helps that I've got these shadow boxes on there, but even without those, the effect is about the same, maybe a little bit more intense in spots. So but for 20 bucks compared to 80 bucks, that will work. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a close type of video where you're going to be focusing on a single object. Neither this nor the bar type will function well if you're lighting an individual. This will do a reasonable job of lighting individuals. Lighting individuals, you'll probably need the big umbrella lights you see. That way you get a maximum dispersal and you can fully see a single individual. But the limo lights are pretty good. Now another thing that I found, these are all plastic lights. They seem to be pretty durable, but they do get very hot. LEDs are not known for getting extraordinarily warm, but this little thing here does get warm. And let me switch this off before it gets too hot and show you how this is configured. Hopefully it's not too hot yet. Yeah, no, it's not. See, this is basically the form of the LED. So it's basically like a light bulb, only with individual LED components. And it basically screws in there like a light bulb. Another thing, filters. You have filters here where you can create certain atmospheres with different color lenses. Now, but you have to place that lens, put it on, plop that on, and then voila. And it does not go on easily. Well, that's another shortcoming, but it will go on. And see, I've got a slightly yellow tone to my view right there. So that's a plus. Now, what's good about these is removing this. In fact, I have one over here that is of the exact same variety here that is not currently in use. You can simply replace this lens. So you get a selection of lenses, and you just simply pop those lenses on and you can get various filters here. And in fact, I will show you a set. I simply take this out, pop off the white, pop on the rather reddish or orangish, and I've got a filter on there that will change the nature of the light. So that makes it a little bit easier. So in the compare and contrast to basically in this, which is a panel LED, small panel, but a panel nonetheless, they would definitely have an advantage. But they also have, between the two, 4 times the cost of these two lights. So if you're on a budget, this is not a bad choice. They're relatively well made and they're relatively well put together. Now let me show you the other version of this, which is the 2 bundle version. And actually, the 2 I bought here are only $9 more than the singles you've got here. So you double your amount of light. You begin to be able to direct them a little better. In fact, I can collapse this. I can collapse this tripod to a desktop length. And move this into place. I'll point it down at our simulated target. And you get a little bit more coverage from that. So that's a closer approximation of this. So that's $20 for those two, $29 for a pair. Now this is only one, a pair. So you would get 4 lights. So you get 4 lights beaming down. So like I said, it's not a bad choice. If you have the money, I would prefer going to the LED route for desktop or even moderate studio purposes. The umbrella type, you can get those $50 basically, which is basically a standard fluorescent type bulb going through a umbrella like refractor. So you can also get those. It's all according to what you want or what you need, but if you're on a budget for $20 for these two, $29 for this and another, then it's not a bad deal. You can get enough coverage to do something on a small scale. I'm not sure if I would try to light anybody's face with these, but for if you're doing product small examples or construction or some type of craft showing that you can put on a table, these will work. In any case, that's Texas Tiger Digs. I thought I would show these limo lights. Come in single and double. I've already given you the particular numbers for them. They are available on Amazon. I'll put more information in the description below. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you later.